International Auto Show 2015 in New York City at the Jacob K. Javits Center. I'm Michael Artis. We're live here on the floor of the auto show. It's very, very exciting. So much going on. I love this show. At BeTerrific TV on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, you can do connect@beterrific.com for email. You can also join our IRC chat, beterrific.com/live. Scroll under the live video player. There's an IRC chat you can join, interact with us and our other viewers. Please do that. It's a lot of fun. I've got Brian from SportChassis here. You guys are an awesome company. You used to be part of the Freightliner company.
Yes, sir.
You make truck chassis.
Yes.
And I love trucks. I mean, I think it starts with a little boy, right? Every little boy loves trucks. And then, you know, it's funny. I've never been a truck guy, like wanted a truck. Yeah. I've always liked trucks. I've always wanted to drive trucks. Never wanted to own one. And, you know, I've been watching commercials lately, and I'm like, oh, I really need to get a truck. Like, I want one. I don't know why. It's just, I think it's a boy thing.
Sure. You need to come down and see what we've got downstairs. It'll blow your mind. If you're into trucks, we are definitely the
what do you got?
Guys. Well, what we do is we take a...
And I'm going to take you up on that, by the way.
Sure. We'd love to see you down. We've got our new 2015 model that we're debuting out here and whatnot. But we build a recreational pickup. And so it's a really big pickup, but you don't need any special license. We're not building it for you to be a truck driver, but for you to haul your toys around the country.
I like that. So it's a very heavy-duty truck, but you don't need a CDL for it.
No CDL for it.
So is it just the chassis, or you do the whole truck?
We do the whole truck. We have two models right now. We build a hauler model that's more of a flatbed, traditional, where you have the trailer on it and whatnot. And that truck, we offer them in 6 different colors with 2 different interior choices to choose from. And we offer it in 2 different power plant options, where you've got our small block engine, which is a 9-liter Cummins engine, or we offer a 12-liter big block, which has a Detroit engine in it.
A 12-liter big block?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my God. So what's it going to cost for me to get into one of these?
You know, our base model sticker starts out about $167,000.
Wow, very nice. I like this. I'm looking at this stuff right now. It's unbelievable. Everybody's got to go. What's the site?
It's SportChassis.com.
SportChassis.com.
Yes, sir.
And I was just looking at Google Images. I'm gonna go to it myself right now.
Sure.
I love it. How did you get into this line? I would say the car business.
Sure.
But how did you get into it?
We actually started as an emergency vehicle manufacturer back in the mid-90s. We were building ambulances and rescue trucks, and our niche in the market was we were building all aluminum bodies.
Yeah.
And we're an aluminum fabricator at heart, and in the late 90s, Freightliner was in an acquisition mode, and they were buying up bodybuilders, trying to gain market share. If they bought you, you couldn't use anybody else's chassis, so they were going from there. We were a part of that acquisition and built under the American LaFrance name for about 8 years. Emergency vehicles. And at the time, we were building this SportChassis product as kind of a way of moving metal out the door. We would spend a couple hundred hours on a SportChassis.
You can put an RV on the back of this.
Yes,
I mean, how much can this haul?
Our base model will haul about 26,000 pounds.
26,000
yes,
pounds?
Sir. Yeah.
That's like, how many of me is that? Let's see. No, I can't do the math that quick. I'd have to carry a lot of numbers. That's amazing. 26,000 pounds. That's unbelievable. Now, Chad Ochocinco had one of these. Did he not?
Had one. Yeah. We have a model. We call it our XL version. It's set up more like a pickup, but it's like that Hummer on steroids.
This is, it's insane. How much gas am I going to burn if I'm Chad Ochocinco just tooling around town in this?
You know, you don't care if you're Chad Ochocinco how much gas you're going to
I guess that's true. But if I actually cared, it's probably, I would imagine, like maybe at best 10 miles to the gallon.
In our 2-wheel drive version, we're seeing between 11 and 12 miles to the gallon.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yep.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And so, like, BeTerrific, we could team up for like spring training or the NFL training camps, and we could make this our mobile broadcasting facility and invite athletes in and interview them.
We actually do a lot of that. One of our dealers out of Phoenix follows the Cactus League around, so he specializes in selling into those professional athletes and whatnot. So he's been following the Cactus League.
But I think it would be cool to have BeTerrific at spring training or NFL training camps. Let's make it happen. I would love to do it. So, and I love that you really don't need a CDL for this.
No CDL.
I could just drive this.
You know, it's amazing. I would tell you about 20% of the time our focus customer is a female.
Yeah,
That's
a female.
A female buying a truck. A lot of those
I could see my wife Jill driving this. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
They love them. The maneuverability, it'll outturn any other dually pickup on the market by about 30 feet.
How do you make that happen?
Well, it's got a 55-degree wheel cut angle on the front of it. So the truck originally was developed by Freightliner as a pickup and delivery inner city. You know how tight the streets are.
Could I literally drive this in New York? Me personally?
You could.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take your $200,000 truck down the street down here. People might be banging into it and whatnot.
But you could literally, and you could park it.
Oh yes.
I gotta come to the booth.
It'll fit in a standard parking spot and whatnot. So there's nothing.
Wait, it'll fit in a standard
parking
spot?
Yes.
Oh man. What do people say when you got to drive this every day, right?
We do, yes.
Yeah. So what do people say when you go get groceries?
Oh, you can't pull into the gas station or the grocery store without. You have to plan at least 10-15 minutes so that you can talk to everybody that's coming up.
That's pretty amazing. I really like this. And so are police and fire rescue getting these as well?
We do. We have a program going right now that's for municipalities. You'll see the police or the fire rescue pulling the mobile command stations. We actually build an insert that goes on the back of the truck that a police force can man their SWAT team with it, but they can pull that module off in about 30 minutes and then hook up to their command post. So it's a dual function vehicle.
I like that a lot. Now, what are its capabilities as far as, if you were going to use it for some kind of emergency situation, as far as being able to get through? I mean, it's got high ground clearance, so get over things, get through water, all that stuff, flooding. It should be pretty good, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, especially in the four-wheel drive model that we do. We put a bigger float tire on it. They come out of the factory standard with a 44-inch float tire that's on there, so you get a whole lot of ground clearance.
Now, can we go two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive? When we have the four-wheel drive model, can we drive it in two-wheel drive to conserve gas when we're on highways and stuff?
Yes,
and
most definitely.
And then you can do four-wheel high and low?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a standard pickup.
And is this automatic?
They are all automatic.
Yeah.
We use Allison transmissions in them. Allison came to us about 10 years ago and developed a programming that's proprietary to the SportChassis called a TRV programming. So the shift points are really nice. You don't get any clunk or anything.
We had this guy on from Cloud9 Exotics before, and he was talking about how he does a program where you can drive a Ferrari or a Porsche or whatever. I think you've got to get with him because I would like to drive this as part of the program.
Sure. It's funny. We do a lot of stuff with like the Gold Rush Rally where most of those guys are bringing supercars in and running those rallies with them. We have customer base that'll pull a truck in, and typically the trucks carry about 180 to 200 gallons of fuel on them. So when those supercars are having to pull over and fill up, the truck just keeps on going and blows on by.
200 gallons of fuel.
200 gallons of fuel.
200 gallons of fuel. I'm trying to think of, so it's like the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
The hare might start off faster, but the tortoise gets and wins the race.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think, 200 gallons of fuel, let's say an average of $3 a gallon, that's $600 to fill it.
Yep.
But, I mean,
it'll go about 2,400 miles before you have to do it again.
Wow.
So.
That's amazing.
You're going to have to stop and relieve yourself before you have to stop and
Well, I might get one of those astronaut suits. What do you think?
It could work.
It could work, right?
Yeah.
I did see, have you been to Bed Bath & Beyond lately and see the portable urinal?
No, I have not seen that.
You should sell that as an accessory. I'm not kidding. They sell this thing. It's so funny, though. I'm sitting there and I'm like, what would you do with this? Like, I don't want that because, first of all, where am I that I really can't, especially as a guy, I can find the woods, right? I can find a tree. What am I going to do with this bag that I've... Like, what am I going to do with that before I throw it out? What if it leaks?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I don't want that.
You don't want to have anything to do with that.
No, and then excuse me, hey, we're driving together down the road. He's like, hey,
can you hold this for me?
Would you mind holding that?
Absolutely not.
Does anybody have more fun than you?
Well, I don't know. I've been doing this for about 15 years now, and it has been a blast. I grew up with the product. I was a sales coordinator for about 8 years, mainly working the West Coast. Have met just wonderful people. It's really interesting, a small little company out of Oklahoma that can come, and even sitting here in the New York Auto Show, it's pretty surreal for us.
Oh, it's got to be, I imagine. For us, too, and we're a startup, and we're in the New York area. I've been in the New York area my whole life, and for us, it's amazing to be here.
Yeah.
It's magical.
It's a wonderful show.
It is, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yes,
you got to check out SportChassis.com.
Yes.
SportChassis.com. SportChassis.com. This thing is amazing, many different models, but it's unbelievable. You've definitely seen it make news with Chad Ochocinco. He had it at the Super Bowl in Miami several years ago, about 2010 I think it was, and I got to ride in it. It was unbelievable. What a great truck. You got to check it out, and hopefully we'll do a lot more with Sport Chassis and SportChassis.com. We'll be back with a lot more here on your live continuing coverage on Be Terrific of the 2015 New York International Auto Show. I'm Michael Artsis. Don't move a muscle. We'll be right back.